WNBA. Okay, go ahead. Talk your shit.
Oh, we're live right now?
Yeah, we're live. We've been live for the last
Hey
however
guys,
long.
technical difficulties.
As
Get
always, we
into
always gonna have technical
it. Get into
difficulties.
it.
We back.
How about my wonderful, beautiful aces?
Las Vegas
We
Aces.
went back to back.
Talk your shit. Talk your
Hey.
shit.
And she finally got to see Usher.
Okay, I got a question. I got a couple questions for you, Miss WNBA fan. Were you ever nervous at any part
Absolutely
in the?
not. Absolutely not. I was hurt whenever I didn't have Chelsea, of course, but I was like, nah, Aisha gonna get it done. And Kelsey, she was, doing what she do, being cute, being a little cutie.
So at no point were you nervous. You knew they
No,
were gonna win the
absolutely
entire
not.
time.
My team is very stacked. I do not get nervous about the women how I did with my Suns last year, as you can see what clearly occurred. Which they're not my Suns anymore. I don't claim them no more because
That's an announcement now. She does not claim the Phoenix Suns. She
I
does
like
not.
players.
She
I'm a casual now. I don't,
she does
there's
not have
no team I'm
a team
following.
that she claims right now. But congrats to the WNBA Finals
Yes.
champions, back to back Las Vegas Aces.
Back to back, we're going for a three-peat, baby.
They
Hey,
are
going for
the
a
most
three-peat.
successful sports franchise in Las Vegas, in Nevada.
Absolutely,
They are.
absolutely.
They are like 30, 40 years from now. We ask who were the ones dominating in the beginning. It is the Las Vegas Aces. Anything that surprised you while you were watching this series? Did you think it would be more competitive? Did you think it was going to go five
No,
games?
I really
Okay.
didn't. I didn't think it was gonna go five. I honestly thought we were gonna sweep them. It didn't
Mm.
go five. Remember, it went four because remember five is the max.
Oh, I
I
know it
know.
didn't go five, but I was asking, did you ever think it was going to go five?
No, I didn't.
Even in the last possession when
No, I
Vandersloot
figured
missed the
they were
shot?
going to bust.
Okay.
So, but the girl, hey, but John Quell, we fucks with you. So sorry about what has occurred now to you twice. I love my aces.
I do feel bad for John Quell Jones.
The
She
girls
was
are
there.
going to go far. This is just another step toward women's sports, and we love women. Support women. And I just can't wait for what's yet to come. This is obviously new. I think the league is as old as we are. I think it started in 97, but I
Yeah,
could be
something like
wrong.
that.
Yeah, I think it started in 96, 97. So I'm just so happy that once again, no matter the haters, no matter who thinks they're fakes, they're frauds, or who thinks they got a stacked team, CP3 didn't even play. And I'm not talking about Chris. I'm talking about Candace. Didn't even play. She hadn't played since July. We didn't need her. And we also lost, or we won, sorry. We clearly won without Candace, who everyone was hyped up about. I was not
Mm.
personally.
Hold
And
on.
then also,
June 21st, 1997, the New York Liberty took on the Los Angeles Sparks in a crowd of 14,000 people. That was the Liberty defeated the Sparks 67-57. That was the first ever WNBA game. It tipped off the season.
mm-hmm.
So June 21st, 1997.
Oh my god, I was born.
You
I'm
were
older
born.
than the
You are
league.
older than the league. The league is older. The league is older than me.
Oh,
You guys will never. You guys will never
damn.
know our birthdays. Don't ask. Sorry,
I'm
y'all. You'll never
older
get our
than the
information.
league, but
Just know she's
hey,
older than the league. The
women.
league
But it
is
started in
older than me.
June. Go June.
June.
Woo!
All right, not too many details now before they start.
But
Before they start trying to figure shit out
either
about you.
way, I am, like I said, just another step for women's sports. Anything is an accomplishment for me as a woman because it's just,
Your
like I said,
sweatshirt.
we're just so happy. Yeah, guys, so
I wish you could see
it
it, but
was,
we can't put her on cam. She said
it's
next
just,
year we'll be on cam, not this year. But oh god, explain your
I
sweatshirt.
had ordered two shirts. So I had ordered a shirt that, like, obviously was Las Vegas Aces champions of 2023. It was a
Mm-hmm.
black shirt. Got it. Cute. It's hanging up right now. And then I had also was like, I want to get a sweatshirt. It's about to be wintertime, it's about to be cold. Let me get a sweatshirt that's white because I already have a black t-shirt and I already had a black hoodie and I have another black t-shirt and a gray one. So I was like, okay, let me get white. Y'all, why did they send it with the girls' inverted faces? You can't see Asia's face. You can't see Kelsey. You can't see Kia. You can't see Seven Clark, Mrs. Clark. I'm sorry, Allison, Alice. So Allison, no, I'm gonna put respect on your name because you helped. You was doing some
Yeah,
turnovers
put
though,
some. I'm about to
girl.
say, let's not just wet. You don't want to come across as a casual
Well,
because
I am, but I'm gonna
are
not be
you
a
graduate
casual.
or have you graduated from Casual
I think her
Basketball
name is Alice. I
University?
think her name is Allison.
So she has graduated. Y'all, we will if the company that gave her the sweatshirt allows her to keep it, then I will take a picture of it. I'll post it on
Alicia,
the
I'm sorry,
Instagram.
Alicia.
Yeah,
Her name's Alicia Clark.
but I'll post
But
it on the Instagram if
all of
we
their
can keep
faces
it.
are inverted. Becky's is invert. Everyone's face. It's literally like, so. Just imagine y'all putting like some bobblehead kind of characters on a white background and then just doing nothing to their faces, and it's just all
White
literally,
eyes.
like I
They
said,
all
just
look possessed.
inverted.
It's a good Halloween shirt, but it's
And
not.
it's so soft too. I'm like, damn, now. And it's like, I really hope I don't have to return it, because it's like, once again, don't you guys hate that when that happens, when you get something, it's raggedy or not what you expected? But then it just sucks, because now you have to go out of, because we you work throughout the week, so now you have to take time to literally go out, like get off of work before the FedEx or UPS closes at 6 or 7. You gotta rush and get there to return the stuff, just in hopes that you get the other stuff soon. Because I had ordered that literally, I think, the day after they won. So granted, it hasn't been that long. But I'm just like, damn, but
But
like, it's
whoever
so
was in that,
soft.
whoever was in the factory, whoever was putting the design on, the fact that they printed it off like that
And
and
sent
then they
it.
sent it is absolutely insane. Like I said, I'll take a picture and I'll have to put on the gram because y'all don't understand. It is a good looking Halloween type shirt because it
It
is
just looks
terrifying.
demonic.
But
It
it
looks
looks
absolutely demonic.
it looks terrifying as it is. But okay, not worried. Asia's clearly the best player. She was very disrespect.
Yes, we
Now let's
love
just get into this
Asia.
MVP conversation. Yes or no, she deserved to be the MVP of the whole league.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Brianna Stewart,
Absolutely.
look,
Defense, offense, like rebounds, block. Girl, she did it
Brianna Stewart, you
all.
did not show up. You did not show up in the finals. It was bad. It didn't look good. It was a struggle. It was rough. It was a rough time. So I definitely am
Oh, look, y'all, I'm gonna get another one.
okay.
Woo!
But
Oh, is
yeah,
that loud?
I
They
don't
said
know.
they just said, I'm very sorry about this mistake, and I will send you another shirt, hoping you forgive me. Oh,
Okay,
I
so they're
forget.
gonna
I
okay,
forgive
we
you.
forgive you, and she's gonna and now you can you can definitely wear that
And I
one
get
for
to keep
Halloween.
it.
You
They
get to
said they're
keep
gonna
it.
send it.
Okay, good. So yeah, you'll see a picture. You'll see a picture. We'll post it today. We'll just follow us on Instagram. You'll be able to see us. You'll be able to see us on there. But okay, WNBA Finals. Oh, and I'm just gonna say this about them. WNBA Finals, the Las Vegas Aces have the best post game championship interviews ever. Like they're so funny,
Yes.
they're so real. Watching a player go from excited and elated to winning the title to like drunk, tipsy throughout asking post game questions. That's what I want to see. She was drinking, Asia was drinking, Kelsey was popping in there with the boom box. At the Becky was having fun. That's what we want to see. We get you want to be professional, but professionalism kind of gets thrown out the door when you've won, as we've seen with other leagues. So have fun. They look like they have fun. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I'm looking at the sweatshirt right now. Yeah, like I
Y'all,
said,
their eyebrows, teeth,
it's
and
bad.
eyes all
For y'all
white.
wondering why it's not on camera, like I said, next year we'll start doing it. But we
I'll
definitely
wear
will
it.
show.
I'll wear it one day.
Yeah, like I said, you'll probably end up seeing it one day. It's interesting. It's definitely how we scare people. But yes, Las Vegas
We
Aces,
love the
two-time
WNBA.
champs, so we're all
I'm going
good,
to
set
be
into
an
place there.
avid looker.
Anything else you'd like to say about your Aces? Going for three? Or is that
Hey,
too
yes, we're
early?
going. Hey, we're
Three
going.
Pete?
One, not one,
That'd be the first three-peat we've
not two.
seen in the
We gonna
league.
go for three.
Who's the last team that won a three-peat in the
They
WNBA or
never have. It's
NBA?
always just been back to back.
Even in basketball, I think the last three-peat was Jordan and
Because
them.
like I said, I watched the timeline from '97 to
It's been 20
now.
years since
We
it.
only the Sparks went back to
Oh.
back, and then there was a team in the middle. I was it Lynx? No, I don't think so.
But guys, the last three-peat in the NBA and the last three-peat in basketball, WNBA or NBA, was Jordan and them. Or was it Kobe? No, it was Kobe. It was Kobe and Shaq. It was
Oh,
Kobe and
okay.
Shaq. So think about that. It's been damn near almost 20 years, more than 20 years since we've seen a three-peat. So I think the Aces are going to three-peat. But if we had a sleeper team, shout out to the Dallas Wings. You know,
Yeah,
shout out
y'all
to
put up
shout
a
out to
good
Dallas. We're
fight.
gonna keep an eye
I
on
feel like
you.
you guys gave us the hardest game. I feel like
Shout out
you
to the
guys
Dallas
fought a
Wings.
lot harder.
They
But
learned.
hey, but game 4 was good. It was good. It came down to the last second.
If you see us on ESPN in the crowd at some of these WNBA games, y'all wave, y'all say hi. We'll wave back. Hey, and shout out to our girl with the greatest hoodie on.
Yes.
I mean, we saw you in the crowd. We saw you in Las Vegas.
Courtside.
You will see us in Las Vegas at one of these Aces games because it's awesome. But it's gonna be great. Love women's sports. going for the three-peat, hopefully. And I realize the Connecticut Sun are absolutely terrible in the finals, so
They're
I
not.
might
I
have
mean,
to.
the
You did say they've
champion.
been there 5 times and they haven't won any.
They haven't. They
Is
never
that not
won.
terrible?
They never won. But
Okay, that's what I thought. They're terrible. Sorry. Not saying I'm gonna go to another team, but I'm saying I don't know. I might be a little bit
we
of a
like to
Dallas
listen,
fan now.
Dewana. Come on,
Might be a little bit of
Dewana.
a Dallas fan, but yeah. Okay, let's get out the way. We're good. Moving on next. Okay, we've got a couple of these. What
But
should we do?
also,
Oh, go
I
ahead.
would say, what y'all feel about this NBA in-season tournament? Ooh,
Do we want to get to that now? You
yeah,
wanna?
yeah, we can just do
Okay.
it. I would
The
just
amount of
say,
games, all that stuff.
all I'm gonna say is that I just feel like it's over. You're over, Adam. You're oversaturating a
Mr.
lot of
Silver, the
things
commissioner.
because it's like, to me, you already have the All-Star. You're gonna have this in-season tournament, which granted it does include the 82 games. It's also like, and then also this rule of, you have to participate in so many games before like you can win awards. But it's also like, okay, but now you're doing it to where it's like LeBron does not care, Steph Curry does not care, Clay, Draymond, they don't care. CP3 don't care. Their goal is always going to be a championship ring. They don't care about a little in-season tournament. Do they get more like, there has to be like you had said earlier, it has to be a better
Incentive to actually
exactly.
win, not play, win. Because winning, if you really want to win something, that entails that you played hard to
Because
win it.
why am I going to get that? Which granted, it's all new, so of course everyone's going to be reject. Like, they're not going. Everyone rejects change.
Just
A
like the
lot of people
play-in
aren't
tournament, they
open,
didn't fucks with that when that first came
and
out.
I still don't. But
I
whatever.
mess with the play-in tournament.
Like I said, I just feel like leading to that, it's just too much, Adam, that is going on. There's too much going on to where it's like you need to. It's like these players are older, they are tired, they're already playing 82 games. That's a lot of games. And it's like, granted, now they do make a lot of money. So I know you gotta work for it. You can't be playing like 20 something games and be expecting 300 mil. That's not going to work. But it's also like, okay, why as LeBron do I care about winning a little in-season tournament when I've already won championships? It's like, now I hopefully, I'm sure later on in the years, like the younger ones like Shea and Giddy, all of them, and even maybe Anthony, they'll probably make it a little kind of thing within. I hope it doesn't become a thing of the lower ranks to where it's like we're more excited about that because we know we don't have a chance to win a championship. I hope it doesn't become that. But also, I'm sure it'll become a tradition for people to have as many in-season tournament trophies as, the championships. Because they'll probably be like, oh, but let's make that like our thing. Like, we always win that. Because I'm sure every team would like that. But like I said, it's just also, it's not the same as winning a championship ring. But maybe they'll eventually increase the value of it to where it does feel like that. But
Yeah,
it's all new, so.
my 2 cents on it of this, I made the comparison of the obviously the NFL changed their rules. They changed how there was seating. Usually, if you know the NFL for the last forever, until the last I think 2 or 3 years, the NFL used to be if you made it to the you really wanted to win as many games as you could because the best two records in the NFC and NFC got a week off, and that's why we had wild card week of the wild card teams playing. But if you were one of the top two seeds, then you didn't have to play that weekend. Cool, that gives you a week off. You get to recover. All right, because you worked hard. You worked hard and you earned a week off from
Yeah.
having to play. Then the NFL said, nah, fuck the two teams. We're going to do one,
Yeah.
which made it even more competitive because then if you're the second seed, fuck, we still have to play just to make it through. And it's one game to move on. That's different than the NBA. I suggested, this is good. This is why we have these conversations. This is why we have to do it on stream because we're very good at breaking down things. I pitched to her, what if that was the incentive for the NBA in season tournament? The winning team got a week off. I think it's two winning. I think it's like a tournament, so it's both sides, East and West or whatever. Anyway, I don't even know how it is. They'll explain it a
No, it's
million
just
times
one. It's
next
just
week.
one.
But yeah, whatever. The winner, I would say like, okay, the winner gets a week off at the end of the season or something. The winner gets a week off. They don't get to play for a week, but then it takes away some of their games and rankings and seedings. And then she said, wouldn't that, what'd you end up saying when I said that?
I said at the end of the day that couldn't work because you always have to play against someone in basketball. Obviously, just like same in football, but at least both of you guys are out, and then you already the. I'm not good at football, so he can explain that. But what I said was, oh God, I hope I don't blink. I had said at the end of the day, a lot of guys already do that. They already take off time anyway at the end because they're like, oh, we're getting ready for the playoffs. I want to save and conserve my body. I'm done running up and down this court. I just did it for a tournament. Now you want me to come back and do it and go to the go to the playoffs? It's too much. Like I said, it's too saturated. So that's why I had said the only way you could do something like that is for the play-in tournament. So I know it's 7, 8, 9, 10, but what I was letting him know was you have 7 be able to rest, right? Let them have that incentive, like just like how the NFL is. Let them be able to rest, and then have 9 and 10 battle, and then 8 battle whoever wins out of 9 and 10, and then 7 is still secure. I feel like 7 should not be in this decision because I know it's always about play better, make sure you're a higher seed, but not everyone is going to be able to be a higher seed all the time
Because of
and
how you played throughout the season. So you feel like the top 7 seeds in each
should be
conference should be
set.
set in place,
Those should
locked
be
in.
set.
Those are the top 7 best teams in the East and the West,
Exactly, because I feel like you
regardless.
did your job. You weren't at the last. Now, 8, you might have to prove it a little bit more because you either whether you barely made it or you made
It
it,
could be
it's
one
still
game
just
difference
like
between 7 and 8, but that one game was you not playing hard
hard
enough
enough.
in that one
Exactly.
game. So I do agree with that idea.
I just feel like 7 should just not be touched and just have it between 8, 9, and 10. Have 9 and 10 play, and then it's less games. You know, people usually, especially like on the Eastern Conference, a lot of people don't even pay attention to the lower ranked teams, especially in the East. So
That's
I'm just
true.
like, so that's why I'm just like, you should just
We're
have
talking
it.
about you, Hawks.
We should just have it to where, like I said, 7 should be fine. I just feel like there's no reason as to why 7 should be playing, but I guess, more money, more games, more, other whatever Adam's thinking. I'm not a commissioner, so I mean that's but like I said, I feel like 7 should not be thrown into there. Well, we did our job. We got to the playoffs. We secured it. We weren't the last position. There's no reason as to why I should have to play potentially 2 more games because we did our job and got in. Like, like that sucks. Like, to me, that's not really fair. And then now you want me to play in a tournament. Then you want me to do the All-Star. And then you want me to play the 82 games. That's too much. Like, that's, to me, like I said, it's oversaturated. You're making them do way too much. But I do know it's a new concept. I do also wish kind of like the in-season tournament, maybe have it to where both of the top teams in each conference play in that tournament, and then that's who decides to win. But I know that would be boring because if it's always the same 2 teams at the top, that would suck.
It'd be like Giannis and Jokic or Celtics and who was the second seed?
Suns or like
Suns and
Matt, like it
Warriors.
would be,
You'd pretty much be like you'd be watching
no, it'd be
like
Sacramento.
Sacramento was third seed last
Oh,
year.
I thought it was second.
Second seed I think was I forgot. Anyway, damn the league is it's actually getting it's getting what's it called? I just said it with the league. No, there's a lot of parity in the league. That is one thing. I feel like we've said so many bad things about the league. We will give it its props. We can't predict who's going to win. Usually we do rankings. Y'all, we really can't predict who's going to win. I could say Celtics all day. I don't know. Someone could get hurt. She could say the Warriors because they have Chris Paul in them. We don't know. We could say the Lakers because of LeBron and AD. LeBron looks old. He's the oldest nigga in the league. But he looks good still.
I just do not see I do not see the
Lakers. You
Lakers.
Jokic and them repeating.
Now the Lakers, I can see them going obviously to the playoffs, but Lakers, I just do not see it because AD, like I said, I don't think he has any mental issues, but no, I mean like I don't think he has like a Ben Simmons going on where he just doesn't feel like he can play. I know he knows he's great. You can see it, but it's also like you have to be scoring better. Like pick up that ball since April, right?
I haven't picked up a ball since April. That's right, but we don't really. We will give the league their due diligence of seeing that there's parity, but they're trying. They're trying new things.
Yeah.
Let's see how it is. We give everything a first chance.
Yeah.
I think that we have different opinions of the play and how it's structured. I still think it's fun and interesting at the end. It gives like another playoff game type feel, but I don't. Do I think it was ever necessary? No,
because
I think
what
the top
sucks
8
is
teams
a lot
are the
of
top 8
people
teams.
a lot of people get injured during the playoffs too. So it's also like now you're posting something else for us to fight for in the middle of the season, and also Adam at the beginning whenever he's talking about like eligibility in terms of like how many games to play.
65. You have to play 65
but we already
games.
see it now. Jimmy, you're out. Devin already injured, and then also there's so many people like Bradley with his back. So, but also you just said Jimmy was saying that he was in pain, and just like Shaq asked Adam,
he just didn't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, and Shaq had asked him. He literally goes, well, what are you going to do whenever it comes? Because you say they have to be hurt or whatever, but then at the end of the day, anyone can say I'm in pain. That's something that no one can judge that. Like, no one can determine that besides you. I'm in too much pain to play. So then if you do that, then Adam was like, oh, well, we'll have personal doctors come in if needed. What does that? You still will never be
Hmm.
able to attest to pain.
Let's
You can't
let's
look at that.
let's address something here real quick. We need to understand that this is truly a new era, not just of new talented and skilled players, but these are young men getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars before they even touch the court, before they even really get into a rhythm. The league is not filled with Kobe's. The league is not filled with Michaels. The league is not filled with LeBron. I mean, LeBron be taking his time off. The league is filled with players who do get money and they don't want to play when they get that money. They
Yeah.
don't. It's not because they're hurt, but they'll use that as an excuse. My ankle. I don't really know if I can go today. When we know damn well you could. How about James Harden last year when his hand hurt and it was really just him wanting a trade? Players will manipulate the system because they feel like they're being manipulated. When in reality, you are playing a basketball game. You're playing basketball, getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars for it. There's pressure that comes with it. There's media, and there's potential injury. You could lose your entire career on one play. Could
Yeah.
happen any day of the week. You blown ACL, torn ACL, Paul George's injury.
Patellar,
We've seen it. Derrick Rose,
sorry,
he's never been the
kneecaps.
same. Kneecaps, everything. We've seen that. But we have to understand that, like how Kobe was doing it. Oh, I'll play. He said it beautifully. Kobe always saying, because there's a kid who's never seen me. That's all the money that they had, and they really wanted to see me because I'm on the road playing Minnesota. Niggas don't care about that
And
now.
then
They
that's why I
don't.
had told him the whole thing of taking a week off would not work, because say it's LeBron and Steph for a reason, or like, okay, say LeBron wins the
The
in-season
Lakers win the
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now they get a week off. Guess what? They're going to lose a lot of money because they know. Guess what? LeBron, AD,
they
they're
bring in
all
money.
exactly. They're not playing because guess what? They won that in-season tournament. I feel like a lot of fans would reject that statement. They would absolutely hate it because they'd be like, okay, great. So now I finally get time to take off of work to go see you guys close because I can't afford a
Oh, and
playoff
because you have
game
won, now you have that week off, so
off.
it's not you
Exactly. It's
guys
not
playing.
going to work. And then
And
also
it's
a lot of them taking weeks off and going to Cancun and going to random places
James
anyway
be
with their
going to Vegas
spouses.
every other weekend,
So that's
so
why it's like you can't really do, because like I said with them it has to, I don't even know what incentive you guys maybe can answer that. I don't know what incentive you could give these players.
we'd like to know that
They
actually.
don't
We'll ask
care
that
about
question.
they don't care about vacation. They can take it in at any time. They have wives. They have friends. Like they have, like, there's so many. They already give to charity. Like, it's kind of like I said, there's not really a good
They already have video
incentive.
games. They already have They already have
They have
gaming systems. They
jerseys. They
have cars.
get
They
like,
have
yeah, they have endorsements. Like there's
and they
nothing.
get extensions. They
And
get extensions
also,
of money too.
you can't give them endorsements because, oh yeah, the team who wins will get a Nike or a sweatsuit in there, or a sweatshirt, and they don't
They don't
care. They
care
can
about
get
that. They
that.
can
They
get that
can get that.
themselves. Yeah.
People make it on Etsy. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like there's not really a good incentive that you can give them.
You've given them too
So
much of the thing they want the most of, money.
because All Star is already for charity.
Oh my
So
god.
yeah, great graphics.
That's actually realistic to what would actually happen. But
and then they're already in video game. Like there's nothing you can really give
not
these
Chuck.
men anymore.
Chuck ain't in that video game. Because I will say to Chuck. He said y'all using our likeness. He's like players that aren't in the league. Well, he said like players who aren't in the league, but 2K wants them in the league. Or 2K wants them in the game to use as like historical teams. He's like they should be paid money too, but they're not. So it's always like a royalty type thing.
Mhm.
It's either you're not given enough money because of what you've done, or you're given too much because of what you could do.
Mhm.
And if you've proven yourself, there's only 5 players in the league worth over $200 million. Steph, LeBron.
Is LeBron still worth that?
Wow, so LeBron's not worth the $200 million.
I asked you, is he?
No, I'm not entirely sure. But no, y'all, I always feel this way about the NBA. I don't really know how they're going to be able to fix anything in the future. It's just going to stay the same way for a moment. So we really don't know. We're going to take a small little break here. We'll get right back to it in just a second.
Yeah, guys. So
Alrighty, so that takes care
our
of the
question
NBA
is,
talk.
yeah, just what kind of incentive would you give these grown men who are already making
Exactly.
well over a
We'll
hundred
put
million
that.
dollars?
I'll put that on the Instagram channel. I'll put that on the Instagram channel. Wow, I'm sounding old already.
Yep, channel,
Instagram page
the
as a
chat
question.
page.
You guys let us know what incentive, and if you were an NBA player, what would incentivize you to play harder in the middle of a season, knowing you play 82 games, to get a trophy in the middle, knowing it's not an NBA championship. Anyways, let's move on
And
from
would be continuing
and
in
would
the
be continue
playoffs and
exactly.
staying healthy the whole time.
Yeah, so we'll see. Obviously, we'll have to see. We'll have to see with what it is. All right, we got a couple more things to get to. What do we want to attack next? We've got these two things. We've got this, and we've
Let's
got
do.
this.
Okay, guys. So I'm doing that one.
Oh, this one.
Guys,
Ooh, it's
I
gonna be.
don't
Ooh.
know. This one, y'all, I this is
It's
the
gonna ruffle
most
some feathers.
this is the most debated thing ever.
Ooh.
But I do not I don't know where it comes. Well, we do know where it comes from. Clearly, America.
We don't know how to start this. This is
Um,
tough.
this is the most debated thing, and it's always 50-50. I've never seen it completely one side or completely the other side. But y'all,
Oof.
tipping at anywhere. Now, okay, granted, the only place that I see where you should always tip is a restaurant, but also I do understand there's some people who have terrible servers. They get your food wrong, they don't get your drinks out on time. Your alcoholic beverages come watered down. Then you try to ask, they take forever to get back because they're so busy. Which, granted, that's not your fault, but also do not expect me to tip you for that. Like, why would I give you a tip for something that is not
This is tough, y'all.
good?
Let's let's say this now, guys. We understand in society, we are going to say things on this stream as everyone does. That's going to piss you off. It's going to be controversial. So we get it. Some of you work in the food industry. Some of you work as delivery drivers. Some of you work and you live off of tips. We're just going to make this sound as understanding as we can without trying to hurt
I've
anybody's
worked in the
feelings.
food industry.
But we'll go. I haven't worked in the food industry, but I have worked for tips before. But we're gonna just tell it how it is right now. I'm gonna say this once and I'll say it again as whenever we finish up this section of the stream. If I expect you to deliver my food by this time and the app tells me by 7:15 p.m., right? I order it at 6:30. It's supposed to be here at 7:15. If you deliver it to me at 7 p.m., 7:12, 7:13, cool. And if it comes in the way that it's supposed to, great. That's my expectation. So I personally do not believe I should be giving you more money on top of that because you decided to do the job that you did.
I think he meant to
to
say like
deliver
at
it to me.
7:15, like you got it to me at the time
At
frame
the
that
time
you
that
were
it is,
supposed
at the
to.
time that it is. If you got it maybe 2 or 3 minutes earlier, cool. Now if you got
think
it
if you
at
got it at
6:45,
7, yeah.
if we're talking, if you got that food within 15 minutes, first of all, was that food even ready? What are we talking about? But I'm just it's tough because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but because I've lived off tips as well. Not lived off tips, but I've had tips and help me do better working. But I don't expect it off of every single customer.
Yeah.
It's just not every single person's the same.
And
It's
not
not an
everyone has the same
expectation to
means
be
either.
tipped.
I can't expect because you know who's notorious for always never tipping? Celebrities. Isn't that crazy that people who have the most money
Who we worship the
are the
most, huh?
ones or whoever worship? I don't ever worship nobody besides the Lord Jesus Christ, but
He's a celebrity.
no, that's what I said. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
I don't do that with celebrities. Some
Oh,
people
okay.
put so many celebrities on pedestals, athletes, all these things. To
That's
me,
a
you should
different
never
topic.
do that.
That's a different one.
You shouldn't do that, but I'm just saying in terms of work, like I said, now if you're at like our so for instance, we had one out to dinner not so long ago, and our waiter was actually very well. He got all of our drinks in correctly, he got our food correctly, he gave me my lemons, ranches, whatever, whatever I asked for, he gave it to me. So he was tipped very well.
What place was this?
Because
Oh, that
so
place. Oh,
that's
okay.
why
Okay.
I was just like, I was okay. You did a very good job, and it was very busy. So I commend you for that because you did everything correctly, and so I will definitely tip you. But what I will say is
Oh,
that
man.
Y'all, and okay, have you guys ever been to, we haven't been in a while, but have y'all ever been to Cheesecake Factory? Don't you guys hate, no, y'all, this pissed me
We can't
off
talk about Cheesecake
because,
Factory.
I know, right? That'll be like a cute little topic, especially with a homegirl
Well,
that was
that's
going off.
another day. That's another
But what I
day.
was gonna say was, you guys know how like they have those chairs where it's like, two on the outside and then two in like, a booth type setting. I hate seats like that that are not divided, because we were about to be, the last time we had ever went, which was like years ago, like when we first met. They literally tried to sit us down next to a whole family, and now granted, and I mean a whole family, like literally, like,
Kid in the booster seat,
yeah,
y'all.
kid in the
Kid in the
booster
booster
seat,
seat.
kid on the booth. Mom had like a diaper bag, a freaking backpack, and she also had like her purse. Dad over there with another diaper bag. It was a full family. They're obviously putting all their stuff on the booth, and then y'all want to sit people near there. And also, every restaurant, you should always have your restrooms somewhere literally hidden away. You need to walk to the restrooms. There's no reason as to why, if someone takes a fat dump, we should be smelling it in the restaurant. There's
No,
no
and
reason for
seats.
that.
Stop putting seats next to the next to where some of the fuck, what are they called? Waiters. Wow, just wow.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
so
where
so
the
when some of the waiters work and they take the orders. No, I don't
like where
want to
they
be
put that
sitting
in there,
next to you,
yeah.
because you know how awkward that is, your waiter picks up your check, right? Or they pick up the menus and then they have to stand there and then do the whole process while you wait for your food. Or maybe you didn't tip them. Or maybe the tip wasn't as good. Now you gotta awkwardly see them put that in and how they feel.
Well, no, that's why
Stop.
that's why I like how restaurants always have you tip at the end, because I'm like, that's what you should do. I remember
But some
y'all
people sit there and wait. You
y'all
wait
we
after you've
went
gotten the tip. Like after you've given the tip and everything, you'd still sit there and talk for a little bit.
um
So being next to that waiter
I
as they're
always,
putting that
guys,
in.
always be sure whenever you are, say you're like, this was terrible service, I'm not gonna tip. Always remember that they still have possession over your food. So all I'm saying, or like, make sure they do not. Whenever you are going to not tip, make sure everything is that you got your to go drink, you got your bag, because
Wow.
how many people switch up on you because they did terrible and now they want to blame you because you didn't give me a $14 tip. Like, okay, no, like, I'm not gonna do that. Make sure you have everything, because I remember me and my friend back in college, we had one Chili's, literally the worst fucking service ever. And then at the end of the day, we didn't tip him, and then he literally didn't give us a bag, didn't give us our to go boxes, refused to give us our to go drinks. I had to go up to the hostess to get everything because they're mad. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry that you didn't have a good day and you didn't serve me well. And I'm not asking everyone to serve me at the most exceptional. Everyone has bad days, but I will say it's that at the end of the day, don't expect to have a tip. He barely came to our table. I had to actually go and get him before to get our appetizer. Like, it was very bad service, and it's like, you have to hold yourself accountable. Be like, I did give them pretty bad service. Why did I not get a tip? Now I understand if you, because my friend, she has went above and beyond and served NFL players, and guess what? They did not tip. Ordered over $500 of steaks because she works at a steakhouse. You see what I'm saying? It's always the higher up people who do not tip, but then the middle class like us want to definitely be like, oh yeah, well, at the end of the day, we're not like, you guys should tip us, and then they want to get mad at everyday people.
Exactly. A great example that we actually experienced recently is we went to Starbucks, picked up some coffee, and the young woman who was at the window, she was about to give us our, before she gave us our drinks, we had to obviously pay for them, and then she handed us the iPad. She said, "Oh, she's gonna ask a question for you real quick." Obviously, you don't say, it's gonna ask you for a tip if you want it, but she handed it to us, and y'all, we went to Starbucks expecting to get drinks, and before we started a conversation with her, before anything, we were just doing a normal thing. She had asked for a tip. Y'all, let's just be clear right now. We didn't tip. We didn't because it's what we expected for us to get the drinks
No,
and
at the
everything
end of
ready
the
to
day,
go.
it's like, what am I tipping for? You
What
have
am I
not
tipping
given
for?
me my
Exactly.
drinks. I drove up here on my own accord. I'm paying. Like, there's nothing. Why would I have tipped
However,
you?
however, y'all, when we were waiting for the drinks, that's probably one of the funnier conversations we've had with somebody
Yeah,
to
she
drive
was
through. She was
very sweet,
funny.
and it's like,
She
if
was
that had
chill.
happened, I would have definitely gave her a tip. I'd be like, you're very
You just
sweet.
asked
She
it at
made
the
our
wrong
day.
time.
Yeah,
But it's weird because if you hand us the drinks and then you ask for it, we could easily just drive off.
exactly.
And then and that's another thing.
So it puts service workers in a very weird place, because it's like, you should not everything should be a tip. That's why there's so many memes about it
And
now.
for
Like,
y'all
literally
niggas,
giving someone a napkin. Okay, can you tip? Like, that's why it's becoming too much. And then we
yeah.
see overseas, it's very looked down upon because that shows you as pitying them. And America is like, no, no, America, America, money, money, money. Like, that's all it is.
How do I
So,
get my money? How much money do I have? It defines me. We
and
get
then,
it.
like,
Yeah.
everyone has said, every service worker that has said, that is on the side of, no, we should get paid more. We shouldn't have to live off of tips. That's where the conversation America doesn't want to address. You're not paying people enough. You're raising the cost of everything with this, with obviously inflation. And at the end of the day, you don't want to pay anybody more. So then, guess what? People have to try to force and like grind to get a tip. And it sucks because no matter what, a tip is not going to be that much unless you're really feeling good and like you give someone like a just $100 bill, or like, depending on your depending on whatever you spent on your bill, like you want to give them a percentage of that. So I just don't know why people just, like I said, tipping to me, it should never be required. And I hate, don't you guys hate it when you go to places and then like it automatically adds 18% gratuity? Why? I remember I went to a friend's birthday, terrible service, terrible food, everything undercooked or overcooked, burnt, drinks weren't good, everything was terrible about the place, but that's where my friend wanted to go, so I went. They literally added on a 25%
2-5.
gratuity
Two
to
five.
all of us, not just to the whole party and we had one bill. No, they added it to everybody's bill. That is, and that's how you know. Like, don't go to places like that. When places say, "Oh yeah, you're automatically going to be added a gratuity," don't go to those places because you already know that they want to make sure they get their money for some reason, because either they're paying their workers terribly, or also it's just they don't want to own up to the fact their quality of service is terrible. That's usually what ends up happening. So
Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing thing. It's never really going to change. It's a part of the culture of America. For some reason, is to now I get it. There are instances and there are times. Trust me, we have gone out. We go out probably more than y'all think. We go out, like, we go out to eat quite a bit for things like just at restaurants. We'll go to nice restaurants. We'll go to chill ones. Like I said, we'll have the Cheesecake Factory conversation and the first dates thing. We've been begging to have that in. We need a week to get that together. But besides that, when we go to a nice place and when you are very nice and chill and it feels like you're kind of like getting to know us slash serving the food, and it's not too hard for you to do what your normal job is, because that's what I expect of you. It is your job to ask us what we want for food, ask us what we want for our drinks. I don't want my drinks to take too long to get there. It shouldn't take us 10 minutes to get our water out. When that happens, I'm already upset because I'm like, what's going on? If we ask for alcohol, there's so many things that the actual customer expects, and when you do not, the reasonable expectations, not like outlandish ones that some celebrities and high profile figures have, but middle class people who are like, hey, I just want my food to be warm, to be, sorry, hot, good, taste what I expect it to taste like. The drinks are going to taste good too, and I want them out in a reasonable time.
yeah.
That's all. That's all we expect. If you're cracking jokes, if you're making us feel, welcomed and appreciative, like making us feel like we're
you're
a part of,
happy to, like you're actually happy to be
to do your job,
or to happy to just to serve. Like,
fake it till you make it. Get that money, Fake it till you make it. Put on that fake smile, even if you're having a shitty day, get through the shift, but know that you're still helping someone else's day be better. If you can think of someone besides yourself, it will pay you back. But if you're just doing it because you're like, oh, they didn't give me a tip, so now I'm going to be mad to the next person. No, don't carry that with you to the next person, because that next person's going to think you're shit.
There's a lot, especially at nicer end restaurants. We, as African Americans, know you are already treated way differently. And it sucks, especially as a woman, because you can't turn up, right? Because then you're an aggressive black woman. And then as a black man, oh, he's aggressive, I don't feel safe, So it's just like, it does suck sometimes to go to those higher end restaurants, because they give you the worst service because they already expect you not to tip well, and that's terrible to think off the bat.
And that's their expectation.
And that's exactly what has happened. That same place where the lady was saying, I remember one lady was just like, at my, once again, another friend's birthday party, she was talking about, oh, well, you guys probably won't even like the frozen drinks, and if you guys don't like them, I'm not sending them back to the kitchen. Ma'am, do you really think you're gonna get a tip? That's how you're talking to us, off rip. That's exactly what she said, in an exact same tone. Very rude and harsh, and just like, yeah, if y'all don't like it, then I don't know what to tell y'all, because I'm not sending it back. well, ma'am, yes, you will, or we can just talk to your manager if you don't want to serve us. And I'm sorry it's such an inconvenience that you're here right
Somebody's
now.
gonna solve the
You can
problem.
leave. Exactly. Like,
Somebody's gonna solve it.
I always tell people, if you don't want to help me, if you don't want to serve me, that is okay. Can I just get someone else? And then you can go explain that to your manager or supervisor. You can go explain that. You never have to serve me
Actually,
if you don't want to.
sorry. When she said the whole, oh, restaurants, how they treat black people, not Keith Lee. He's an exception. He'll tell your whole thing apart. If he walks in your place, yeah, he gets a different expectation. It's funny when people got, it's funny how when a person, let's just take the black part out of him. Let's just say a good-minded person who wants to do food reviews and wants to give their honest opinion of you, they get treated more kind of like high profile
Higher up,
royalty.
yeah.
But they're just giving their honest
Just opinion,
opinion.
yeah.
But when you don't give your honest opinion, when you don't give how you really feel about stuff when you're serving food or even when you're eating it, we can see through you. I just wanted to get that pointed out so that you didn't think that all black people were treated like that. No, when Keith Lee shows up to your restaurant, he's probably in a disguise because we know that they're gonna give
I
him
feel
more
like
food.
it has happened to me and my like girlfriends,
Mhm.
and we are all black. Like, we have been treated so badly. Like, me and my friend, we used to go out for Valentine's Day, treated terribly at these steakhouses or stuff because they're like, oh, we're expecting them not to tip. And it's just like, okay, and then if you expect that, isn't that what we should do? And it was always terrible service. Food comes out cold. You don't want to talk, or do you guys have any questions? Okay, what is it? You know, and then some people just looking on the iPad. Oh, what was that? Okay, I'll get back to you. You know, it's always just like, why treat, to me, like I said, if you do not, and I always will tell them that, hey, if you're uncomfortable serving us, and I remember
Can we have somebody else?
another, exactly, can I have someone else, or can I maybe have the manager serve me? And then, I'm Karen, but it's like, no, I can see, I do not want you handling my food. I do not. And usually most of the time we would leave, because guess what, we don't want our we don't want our food spit in, shit in, pissed in, cummed in. We don't want any of that.
Pause.
So,
Yeah.
and that's sad too, how like even Uber Eats drivers and DoorDash drivers do that too. Like, you guys have to accept it, and please, sometimes I want them to realize you can still get tipped after the fact. I can already put in a $6 tip, and then guess what? My food comes back, and I never hold the workers accountable for bad food or whatever, because you didn't make the food. You went and picked it up for me. So I would have had the same thing going on if I had picked it up. But y'all, one time we had got Chick-fil-A, whole order wrong.
Yeah, please tell me. Oh my
Whole order
goodness.
wrong.
This pissed me off so much because let's just say we were not in the we were not on Earth at this time. So it was like we were hungry, we were chilling, y'all.
No, I was fine because I drove out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I was
right. That's
fine.
right. Probably just me. Probably just me. Stress life. Hey, sometimes you need to relax. I was relaxing. I wanted some Chick-fil-A. We wanted some Chick-fil-A. And when it came, we knew it was on because it was a fucking kids meal. Y'all, it was a kids
Y'all,
meal
we
in
had
this
ordered.
freaking order.
So he wanted to try, the macaroni and cheese nuggets and French fries thing, and then also I had just got me my normal, spicy deluxe with no cheese, and he also had got, I think, a chicken sandwich. Not like a very difficult order, but it was a larger order. Why did this man bring back someone's whole kid meal? I had got a lemonade. He had got a Sprite, two big Cokes, like huge Cokes.
Didn't even with
And
ice in them.
And then the name wasn't even correct. It was supposed to say Isaiah. Why did it literally say like Krista or something? It was like, what? Like, what are we doing?
It said Krista. Oh my goodness.
And I can't even remember that. That's why I said
a kids meal.
And then it had like an apple juice. It was just like, you picked, and it was weird because we had already said it kept switching the drivers, and it also was not it was not coming on time. It was like it kept showing him going around in a circle, but you guys know that the map glitches sometimes. The man got the complete wrong order. And so it's just like, and sir, at that point, Isaiah and Krista are nowhere alike. If it was maybe Krista with a D and then you got a Krista with an M, fair enough. That's very understandable. You probably weren't looking at the last name, whatever. No, you got a completely different order. And then also, guys, get this. Then he like had put it. One time we've got one where they didn't even come up to the door. They
oh
put
my
it
God,
on
you're
the
talking
bottom
about
of
the
the
one
steps.
they put at so we were living on the third floor at the time, and then the fact that your lazy ass couldn't walk up those flights of steps to get up there, left them at the bottom of the stairs.
If you can't be like, exactly, just be like, hey, can you meet me at the bottom steps? I really don't feel like going up the steps.
That's fine.
Granted, like I said, your tip will reflect that, but be honest. Don't leave it at the bottom.
Because someone could have taken it. If I didn't go down there within the next 2-3 minutes to see it, somebody would have taken it off the ground because you're not Because not a lot of people are actually trying to find someone else's food for them. It's not my. If I saw somebody else's food at the bottom of the steps, I'm not gonna walk it to your apartment complex because
Absolutely
one, I
not.
don't know you, I don't know who you are, and three, maybe
And
that's where we're supposed to
I don't
be.
get paid to do that either.
Exactly, that's not my
I'm a
job.
civilian in here just like everyone
But
else.
best believe some niggas would have taken up that food and ate it and
Yeah.
been like, oh, I guess somebody didn't want their food. That's what you assume. Or, guys, we've seen people do shitty stuff
But
as
I
it
will
is.
see,
But
but
yeah.
I will say that Uber Eats and DoorDash you have gotten a lot better in terms of cracking down on things because they know that there are issues with that. People not delivering it correctly, delivering the wrong orders. They're quick to give you a refund, and I appreciate that because there was one point in time where I couldn't even do that. They'd be like, "Oh, you're requesting too many refunds." That's not my fault that everyone is doing my order wrong or picking me up the wrong order or not even delivering the order. That was the thing at one point where I was like, I can't even order food no more because they weren't even delivering it. It would show them at the restaurant for 20 minutes, then they would drive off, and then they're nowhere even near my apartment. You can still see them driving probably back home to theirs, and then I guess what? I never get in, and they say, "Oh, orders delivered whenever they get home." But then I'm so happy they've stopped that now. And they're just like, no, we'll give you a refund. Show us proof. Because I always have proof. You have to provide photos. And if you don't, your odds are you're not going to get the refund. So, well, overall, tipping, like I said, if you go above and beyond, of course, I would expect, everyone should expect tip. And if you can't tip, if you already know you cannot tip at all, do not. I just feel like get it to go. Honestly, get it to go, or just because I feel like that does like as a waiter putting all your energy and effort, maybe cracking jokes with them, or some people are just like they want to just hurry up, be left alone, and that's what they want. They don't just like in Uber, you can literally say like I want a quiet ride. I don't want to be talked to. Same with like people at the table, or some people might go there for a business discussion. They don't want you coming in here and trying to crack jokes with them. No, they're here for business. But like I said, overall tipping, it's just
But it all comes down to communication. Even if you have a business meeting and someone's cracking jokes, just be like, "Oh, excuse me, I know that you're, I know that you're looking for, extra incentive. I don't know. Just always be able to be communicative with people. When you don't say anything and you expect things, we can't read each other's minds. So don't be dropping off food expecting that because you dropped it off and because I don't know, maybe you dropped it off 2 or 3 minutes before it was supposed to be dropped off. Oh, I should get like $2 or $3. No, it's like no, like I said, the always remember the expectation. And if you are somebody who is, oh God, it's gonna, you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. If you hate me for this, you hate me for this. If you, at the end of the day, everyone chooses the job that they got and what they wanted to do. At the end of the day, there's so many jobs out there. If you decided to be a DoorDash driver, to do these things that do involve tipping, do not think that just because the tipping's available that you're going to get tipped every time. I used to work at a retail job. Can't tell you where. Sorry, can't tell you. But I used to work at a retail job where I got tipped well. But there were days I educated people for 20 to 30 minutes about the products I was selling and they still didn't tip. Was I mad? No. I just took it as, hey, maybe they didn't have it or maybe they didn't want to, but I'm not taking it personally. You just restart and the next person is a new person and you hope that they tip. You
and
don't
then
expect them to tip.
if you're somewhere and I'm starting to get really aggressive and mad whenever I don't get tips. It's time to possibly find a different job
Find a
or another
job.
job.
Get another so many out there. Don't be you're not stuck
And
somewhere.
I do know the job industry is it's very hard right now.
And
We already
scammy.
talked to you
We
guys
did
about
talk about
that.
that before.
But I'm just saying, if you're getting mad, if you're getting aggressive, and you're just like, I hate when people don't tip me.
Take a look within.
I want to now mess with their food. I want to mess with their home life. Then that's when you have to walk away. You have to be like, okay, I'm not getting paid enough to do this. Why am I putting myself through this so much stress? Can
Exactly.
you guys imagine having an asthma attack? You need your inhaler. You go to the ER, and then before they give you the inhaler, do you want a tip?
That
Do you
is
see?
funny. Those
Do you
skits
see
do be
how that's
happening.
weird?
Yeah, those skits
Do
be
you see
happening.
how that's weird? Now, granted, of course, healthcare workers get paid a lot more than retail. I mean, like retail and like food industry workers. But I will say, at the end of the day, wouldn't that be very weird and very like you don't want to just help? You don't want to just give me my food? You see
Imagine
how it's kind of
of
it's
the
weird.
last one is imagine like you have to be transported in an ambulance somewhere and then before the driver starts driving he's like, oh, hold on, did they, you want a tip real quick? I'm
Yeah.
dying. Before we get to the hospital, sorry, I know we got like 20 minutes and the drive's like 10, but hey, I'm gonna try to beat these red lights. You want to tip me real quick for each
Yeah.
let's be, there's expectations, sacrifices. Think about more than just yourself. It's going to pay off if you do the right thing. Don't just push yourself expecting. Anyway, we could talk about it all day. We don't have all day to talk about it. So if it's something that
But
ruffles your
tipping in America
feathers or
is
pisses you
wild.
off, I'm sorry. You know, not every stream is for everybody, but we hope this one's for
Like I
you.
said, I've been there. I've been there before. Where and some people, like I said, and I was never guaranteed tips. If they tipped, guess where they went? They went to my manager. I didn't get tips. So whenever people would tip me underneath, they'd be like, "No, no, I don't," because they would know. They would know that my manager gets it. They'd be like, "No, I want to tip you. Let me give it to you." I knew that. Oh, okay, that's because I did so well. They really want to give me the money. Granted, I can't take it because guess what? That's illegal. Isn't that funny, America? Love that.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to move on to the next thing. The last big topic we want to talk about. We need a break in between it because the tipping one took some energy out. Let's just get to some reviews of some things we've watched recently. Well, one's still going on, but there's enough
No,
to.
let's just do that. Forget about those.
You don't want to do this at all?
Yeah, no, we can wait. We always talk about movies and stuff.
Oh, at the end. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it on another day. All right, then. She's taking over. Let's do the
We'll
black.
try not to make it too long. But y'all, so I
We
watch a
already an hour
girl.
in. That's
I watch a
impressive.
girl on YouTube, and her name is Ayana Fight, Fite. And I watch, and you know how I found her, ladies. We'll talk about this. Maybe one day I'll stream on my own, and it's literally
Whoa.
maybe I don't know. That's not a
Whoa.
promise. That's not a promise. But I
Whoa.
will say I found her because we were talking about black hairstylists and how much we have to go through. Because that's already, girl. I already know some girls. I already know you're probably like, oh, you have no idea. Because I could go story after story after story of how that is. But that's how I found her. And so she was basically saying that why is it that in our community, and I feel like we've touched on this a little bit because we talked about Agent and Low from Playback before about this topic, that how come whenever, so she has always been called bougie or very uppity or has like her nose up in the air or stuck up because of the fact she has come from money. She was on Growing Up Hip Hop, and so her father was a very well-known DJ back in the day. So she has always come from money. Why is that so looked down upon within our community? I really want to know.
Stand on it within the black
Yeah,
community.
within our community. I already said we're African American,
Oh,
so
I
within
know,
our
I know. I
community.
just want to say it again so y'all don't get it confused. We are black within the black community. Just letting y'all know so you don't get this twisted with anything else. African American within the black community. Let's let her go. I'm telling you guys, there's a
So
huge
I
concept we've been talking
I
about for
just
so
don't
long.
know why, because like she said, and she said exactly what I always say. Whenever Khloe Kardashian, Kim Kardashian,
Hmm.
Kylie Jenner,
Hmm.
whenever Paris Hilton, whenever they're uppity and they have this long skincare routine, whenever they have these long extensions, whenever they have these embezzlements on their bodies, it's always like that they're so uppity, they're so high class, they're giving rich. But right when a black girl does it, it's looked at as, oh, she's doing too much. She's not humble. She was already given to it. Ayana always shows the fact that she goes, I was very much so privileged, but just because I'm privileged, or I'm very much so, she was privileged in the
Blessed.
sense, yeah, blessed.
She said blessed. That's a big word to use.
So
Blessed,
why
y'all.
should I have to hide my blessings because it makes you uncomfortable?
Hmm.
Isn't
Say
that
it again.
weird?
Say it again real quick. They need to hear it.
Why should I have to hide my blessings because it makes you uncomfortable? As a black woman, why do I have to do that?
Conversations people aren't ready to hear,
Why
but
do
y'all
I
gonna hear
have
them
to do
today.
that to make you? Why is it that I'm looked at, like I said, I'm a bitch, I'm stuck up, I'm bougie? Why is it those things for us? But like I said, when any other race does it, it's, oh, they're high class, they're getting in their bag, they're doing, it's like, it's weird.
Y'all know the answers. Y'all
And
just don't
so
want to say them.
it's weird as fuck to always hear that as a black woman, like, oh, and just like whenever we go out, if we can pay for the bill, if we have not, oh, you got a nice car, where you get that from, da, da, da. And then now it's looked at as we're all prostitutes, we got it from another man for sleeping around. It's like we can never have just something on our own. Or like she said, her father could pay her bills, her I always want to say fiance, but her girlfriend can pay her bills. But at the end of the day, she knows that she can pay him on her own. So it's always like, if you don't get it out the mud as a black person, why is that so bad?
That shouldn't
I
be
want
defined
my
as.
kids to be. Whenever I have kids one day, I want them to be blessed. I don't want them. I don't want my kids to have to work 9 to 5s. I don't. I personally don't. Not they have to. Okay, that's life, And I'll teach them, and I'll always love them no matter what. But why is it so bad that if we became billionaires tomorrow, hey, amen. But if we became billionaires
Amen.
tomorrow, I will definitely put away money for my kids. And guess what? That's going to go toward their housing in the future. That's going to go, and that's not bad. It shouldn't have to be like, oh, well, I struggled as a little boy. I struggled as a little girl, so I want my kids to struggle. Oh, you got to have this nice car. No, I didn't have a car, so you don't deserve that. Why are we so enthralled with struggling together? We already have done it, y'all. We already have. So there's no reason as to why you should be shaming people or looking down upon people for the fact that they are either blessed or they have come from a rich counterpart. There's no
Exactly.
reason for
Now, if you
that.
haven't realized it by yet, please realize it now. When we have these deep conversations, it's because we need to have them on this stream because we complement each other so well. When Chris just mentioned the fact of, oh, why would she want our kids to struggle and whatnot, for people who think, oh, the struggle, struggling helps them become stronger and whatnot. Look, let me explain it like this: we would like our kids to be blessed, to not have to go through some of the stresses and anxieties that we gone through young and maybe even still go through today, just worrying, the first things like that. We're in a better position than we were before, even when we started the stream, just in our place, because we worked harder for it and we feel better for it. And there is something you get out of that. You have worked harder to achieve something. That is a universal thing. That has nothing to do with being black. So the fact that there are people within the black community who have like stuck it to because we got it out the mud and because we came from somewhere that was not expected of us and we're the underdog, that makes us black, and that makes it even better. No, it's great because you accomplished something that probably you couldn't see from beforehand. Guess what? Black, white, Indian, Hispanic, everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that at some point. You're not expected to do something, but you do overcome it as it is. Great. But when it comes to this notion of, oh, you got a car for your birthday? Ah, man, you ain't really. Damn, your parents got that money. Yeah, they just spoil you and
You didn't have
everything.
to get it how I
You
did. I had
are.
to steal my first one.
Stop comparing it to yourself. You have to think of it differently as they got a car for their birthday. Their parents worked hard to put them in a position to where
They
that's
could
what they
gift it
wanted
for
for
their
their birthday.
child.
Damn it, y'all. Let me take it and make it personal towards me. I wanted a gaming system for Christmas. It took me a couple Christmases to get one. I was grateful when my stepfather got me that gaming system. And there were still some friends who still got on to me because I had a gaming system for Christmas. I'm sorry that you didn't get one or something. It happens, y'all. Not everybody starts the
And
same place.
also, I remember at one point I had got an Apple Watch, an Apple MacBook, and I think I gotten something else from
You ain't even
Apple
black.
too.
You getting too much. You
Yeah,
got
no,
you.
no, no. But
That's
guess
too much.
what? The reason why I got that is because I had accomplished getting into nursing school at the time.
Mm.
So my parents wanted to reward me for that. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to uplift your
Cause you worked
child.
hard for what
And
you
guess what? Those
wanted.
things were things I used during school as well. So they weren't. It wasn't just a little quick. Oh, I have a MacBook. I have a Mac. No, I took notes on that. I also had the watch to track my steps to make sure I'm still staying healthy during school. Because of
Mm-hmm.
course you can get sedentary and just be stuck in a book all day. But clearly you won't even be eating. Nursing school students, you know, you ain't gonna be eating.
Maybe she
But
will have to do a stream by herself one day and help y'all future nurses out because she's got a lot of tips. But a lot of great things we have made points of is it.
registered nurse RN.
Yes, it always comes back down to we have to remove the struggle from our culture. It takes a long time because struggle has been embedded in media. It's been embedded in oh my goodness, it's embedded in our music. It's been embedded in so much stuff that we think we have to be we have to come from some we got to come from the hood. If we don't come from the hood, who are we?
And then also, and
What are
then
you
stop
talking
making
about?
everything, like I said, making it to where if I'm successful at something, I'm doing it for another race. And we all know what that race is because
Oof.
everyone wants to see them as the top.
Oof.
Stop making things like, because all you're doing is damaging us more and more and more. Oh, you sound white. Why? Because I can pronunciate, because I'm effectively
That
communicating with
conversation,
people. I'm
oh my
not clicking
goodness, is
my tongue
annoying.
every, it's like that's
Educated.
very.
You sound educated, which makes you
Exactly.
sound.
Say that. It's like that. That's why I say if you're one of those people that maybe you're like, well, what should I say? They don't sound like me.
There's words for that.
Just say you sound really educated. You know
Oh
where
God,
you from? You
guys, I'm
know.
sorry. Open up a dictionary. If you are a black person and you hear another black person talking, oh, well, the rudimentary understanding of this universal first of all, a lot of people use big words to a lot of people use big words to suffice them not knowing that much too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that real, all right? A lot of people
But
use big
take
words to
it
cover
as,
up that. But
oh,
if
I
they
want to look at
do,
definitions. I look at definitions of, like, there's plenty of times we watch stuff and I'm like, damn, what does that mean? I want to look it
exactly, and you
up.
Google it, y'all. If you want to, let's just. She said something that kind of made her sound a little bit white. Oh, she was given, this iPad and the Mac and the
Why is that?
watch,
Why is that? Why is that white?
iPhone.
Why do you
She
see
was
that as
given this
white?
stuff. Let me just tell you right now. I had to learn SAT words young, just because I wanted to, because I didn't want to. Not because I didn't want to sound ghetto and black. No, I want you to listen closely. I'd never wanted to sound
There's
uneducated.
no such thing as sounding black. There's no such thing as sounding white. You either sound educated, uneducated, maybe illiterate. There's words to use. Like a color. How do I sound like a color?
Exactly.
How do I sound
Let me
white?
say this.
How do I sound
The
black?
reason why is because it has to do with God, you'll have to understand this. It has to do with who you want to be as a person. I wanted to be a writer. I want to write things that influence people. How are you going to be influenced, entertained, and be educated by what I'm saying if I talk to you like I can't even finish a sentence?
Like Blueface.
Do you get what I'm talking about? Exactly. Like, that's a good example. Like Blueface, or like some people who put on a persona or a front that they're from the hood and they're struggling, so they gotta mess up their words and not finish sentences. Stop doing that. Who do you really want to be? Sound like who you want to be. Not sounding like a color, not sounding like a race. Who do you want to be? Sound like that person. Be like that person. Don't try to just copy it. So when I want to sound educated, it's not because, oh, he wants to sound white to get into white spaces. Absolutely not. I don't want anyone to look at me as a dumbass. Is that wrong of me? No. Because I want you to look at me and go, this person knows what they're talking about. And if I don't know it, I'm willing to learn. That's not too
And
hard.
black people,
Has nothing to do with
every
color.
time you say someone educated sounds white, all you're saying is that
I'm
black
getting
is the
heated.
opposite,
Oof.
is uneducated.
Exactly.
That's all you continue to say.
I've
and
heard it too many
we
times.
already know black women are the most decorated in terms of degrees right now. Black women.
But why are they the most disrespected?
Because we're a threat to everything. Even the WNBA.
Y'all should see her face right now. Oh my god.
It's just because it's threat. It's threat. It's just feeling threatened. Not
There's
feeling
nothing
at
to
the
be
top
fearful
anymore.
of, y'all. Oh my goodness, we can't get into it this deep because we have these conversations all the time. But there's nothing to be fearful of when it comes to races. There's no such thing as a superior race,
I love
y'all.
it. We watched a TV show not so long ago. It was a little animation thing I had put on, and it was the one where it was like a little boy, a little girl, and they were all African American, right? And it was literally showing how certain
the
things,
one on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were certain things that the people were like, oh, your hair feels different touching the black girl's hair, and then it was a song, and it was so good. It was amazing because they did it. Let me look it up real quick.
It was good.
They did it so perfectly because it showed like, oh, like that made her uncomfortable. Oh, you don't sound like the other black kids. That was another one that they said, and they said it outright. It was so well made, and I was like, that's perfect because it's showing little kids or younger black kids like, that makes me uncomfortable. Why do you feel the need to say that? And then it showed
Rise Up, Sing Out. That was the show on Disney
it
Plus
was so
Junior.
it was like
Disney
I said,
Junior.
it's a very short thing, and you can show it to your kids too. It was great because I was like, exactly, it shows you that made me uncomfortable. How do I express myself without, of course, violence, anger, like, let me tear them up, let me roast them, like, no, you don't have to do that. You can show you, because some people are so ignorant to the fact, and plus it was perfect because they were all kids.
Exactly.
It was kids telling other kids.
Innocent, and they learned quickly and early. If some people, you can tell some people who are bitter in life and who are mad and who don't understand it. You just haven't spent time listening and interacting with children and how they solve their problems. Like, it's very easy. They get to the point, that made me feel uncomfortable. Oh, I'm sorry. It's very quick how they get to it, instead of, oh, that made you feel uncomfortable. Why that make you feel uncomfortable? Oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Stop doing all that. Stop making it about you and versus them. Just understand this is how they felt. Don't touch my hair. We've both been through that. I went through it in early school, and it's very annoying, and we see it happen again and again and again. Stop using people. People aren't toys. They're not attractions. They're not like zoo animals. And if it makes someone feel uncomfortable, take it as that they feel uncomfortable. Do you want to
But
feel uncomfortable?
the last TikTok I had
Probably not.
seen was literally about a woman, and she's like me, a black woman. We sometimes will have crochet, we'll sometimes have braids, we'll sometimes have a wig on, we'll sometimes have curly hair, straight hair. We change our styles a lot. So why it would made her uncomfortable? She had told the lady at her apartment office, the security guard or security lady, whoever it was, she had told her, she goes, "Oh, can you stop?" She goes, "Hey, I appreciate the compliments, but can you please stop always commenting on my hair? Yes, I know that it has changed, but that makes me uncomfortable." And then the lady was making a nasty face at her, like, "Oh my God, who do you think you are?" But she was saying, "It just makes me uncomfortable. So I would really appreciate if, you can still give the compliments, but let's not always attract them to my hair, like, because she said she did it every single time her hair changed. You have braids now, you have curly hair now, you have straight hair." And then she would tell other people, and it'd be very awkward
Learn something else
because
about me.
she would literally be like, "Oh guys, she changed her hair again." And how many times black girls already know how many times we deal with that. And so it's just like, as a person who's thinking, "Oh, I don't think that's negative, I'm complimenting her hair." It's not what you think it is, because it makes us very uncomfortable, because it's like, why are you always paying attention to it? First of all, in that much of a detail. And you're making it weird because you're including others in my hair. And it's also like, our hair is very, like, a very cultural debated thing anyway right now, or like all the time. So it's just like, to me, never. It's like, once again, she got defensive and goes, "Oh well, oh, who do you think you are?" And she was like, "It just makes me uncomfortable." So why does it make you mad that that makes her uncomfortable? You have to ask yourself those things. Why am I uncomfortable? Why is she uncomfortable by what I'm saying? Learn about it. Not, "Oh my God, I'm gonna defend myself because
Ask
I'm not saying
questions.
it like that."
Ask questions, y'all. Instead of being angry, ask questions. You'll get the answer you'll not that not you might not get the answer you want, but you'll damn sure get the answer you need to hear. That's simple as
Yeah,
ask questions instead of being mad. She's mad because of this. Stop, like I said, stop making
a
everything
versus.
so personal about yourself. Not everything has to be combative. Not everything has to be a competition. Not everything has to be me versus you. Doesn't have to be sides, red and blue, left and right. Stop. It can just be, this person feels this way about something. I made them feel this way about something. So the best way I can solve that is by listening to them and trying not to make them feel that way again. Because do I want to be made to feel that way? No, I don't.
And
So
always put
it's
yourself in their shoes. Like, well, okay, she's uncomfortable because I keep talking about her hair all the time. Okay, so now, okay, why would that make me uncomfortable? Oh, we are different races. That's something you have to address. Also, we're different people. She has a different personality than me. I might like that every day, but guess what? She might not, and that's why she didn't come up to you aggressive and be like, "Stop talking about my hair." Da, da, da. She didn't come to you that way. She said, "Hey, that makes me very uncomfortable. I appreciate the compliments." Even was still very way nicer than a lot of women would be. So it's just like I said, always be willing to learn. Always be willing to learn and take yourself out of certain situations.
but back to our community, and this will be a continuous topic because we will always see evolution of things. That's a reason why we don't talk about certain other black topics. You won't hear us talking about Jaden Will. Sorry, we're not talking about it. Not worth our time. There's certain black people have gone through things that we understand, but we like to talk about it as a whole, as a community. And the one thing we've seen is there shouldn't be a struggle. It's almost like the chains that were on us that we've talked about so much and we've seen so much in the media. We don't have chains on us, but we put the chains on ourselves almost. And
Mm.
it's so hurtful because it's like we don't need to do that. We can live freely without having to think. There are black people that are struggling. There are black people who are at the top. There are black people in the middle. Same thing with whites. Same thing with Hispanics. Same thing with Indians. Same thing with Asians. Same thing. Everybody has a lower, middle, and higher class. Everybody struggles. Everybody goes through ups and downs. It's cool. There are some black people who woke up with a silver spoon in their mouth. There are. There are black people who woke up in mansions. There are black
But
people who
guess
get
what?
Teslas
Let that
just because
let
they
that
want it. Sorry. I'm
let that
sorry, y'all. They
make
do.
you hungry for more and be like, "I want my
Exactly.
kid to be like that." Not, "Oh, you ain't even black no
Take a little
more." Da, da, da.
inspiration.
Like,
Take a little
no.
inspiration from it and ask questions. What did you do to get where you are? How did you do that? And don't copy it. Make it your own. Do something of your own type of thing for it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, we can talk about it all day. I think that every single time we get into black conversations, we grow the community of people who understand kind of where we're coming from, but also people who maybe don't understand it. And maybe you took something away from it and you learned something new. That's all we want, y'all. We don't mean to bash anybody or to talk shit about anybody. We just want to address things that we see and speak about it in a way that probably hasn't been spoken before. Here's a favorite player on Stream Not but for real, when it comes to black people in the community, you gotta let go of the whole thing. Think about the money. Just ask yourself, who do you want to be really? Who do you really want to be as a person?
That they can't be humble or hardworking either. Stop having that notion like, oh, you were born with a silver spoon, so you don't do anything. No, some people still do work and they still have to. Because guess what? That can all be taken away. Their parents could pass. Their
It
parents
could
could
all
give
go,
it to.
y'all. It could all go
Exactly.
any day of the week. It could go. Like y'all, nobody's guaranteed every day to be successful and great for them. You can lose it all tomorrow, but what did you do today? Are you just gonna shit and get mad at other people because of what they've achieved, or are you gonna try to achieve something for yourself and the people beyond you? That's
Yeah.
all I want to know. So hope you guys are able to take care of that. Take something away from what we've said. Hope you laugh. We'll be back next Sunday the 5th with some more reviews and things, but hopefully the audio was better. We working. We know y'all. The audio. We get it. We know. And maybe Chris will enlighten you with one of her own streams one day.
I won't.
Maybe, hey,
Don't hold me to that.
hey, it's okay. But hey,
I don't make false
she'll
promises.
ask me. She'll ask me how to do it, and then 20 minutes in, she'll be like, "I don't know how to do it." Anyway, I'm just joking. But we love you guys. We'll catch you guys another weekend. And peace out.
Adios.
Peace out. Peace out and all that.